What's up, YouTube and my fellow gamers? Welcome to the last episode of
Game Day!
a pilot series where I play and talk about a variety of games that I am passionate about, most of which have been independently developed games. Today we're taking a look at Fight the Dragon. You can get this game on Steam for $14.99 and it's developed by an independent developer named Sprockets. This is a user-created hack-and-slash RPG where players can basically team up and tackle exciting adventures which are made by other users in the game using the in-game Adventure Construction Kit, or ACK is what it's the abbreviation for it is. So players can play single-player, or you can play local split-screen 2-player, or online multiplayer up to 4 players, and then you can complete 10 to 15 minute adventures which allow players to jump in and pretty much play all kinds of different dungeons and adventures that other people create. And basically you collect loot, you level up, and you can conquer all kinds of these different enemies that players put into their dungeons, and basically keep on adventuring and leveling up. And this game is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of potential here. The game is still in early access, so there's still a lot of features that aren't in the game currently. But there's a lot of things like melee combat, ranged combat. There's currently 3 classes in the game right now. There's a melee fighter, a fire mage, and a water mage. And I think there's also going to be a character like a black rogue kind of character as well. And each of these classes have their own special abilities and different attacks and things that they can do. And of course, the different stats that you'll want to level up for that character. So there's your typical strength, endurance, and luck, and defense stats that you can put points into as you level up. There's all kinds of different props and things that you can add into each of the dungeons. So when you go in to create a dungeon, you start out with the basic editor, and then what you'll want to do from there is, lay out the ground plane so you can pick between all kinds of different types of terrain. You can increase the terrain and make it, blocks. If you want to add some hill type areas, where the player can climb. If you want to add like pillars and stuff like that, you can build upwards as well as building flat. You can add in all kinds of different things like lava, water, trees, grass, all kinds of different things like that. You can also put in all of these different traps and things that the player entering your dungeon can stumble upon. And the cool thing about the dungeon or the editor is that you can actually play test your dungeon. So as you add in things and you want to test them out, you can. It's very simple to do that. So you can add in a couple monsters and place them around and give the monsters statistics. Like, if you want to have your monster patrol a certain area, you can do that. If you want to have the monster just guard one particular spot, you can have the AI do that as well. So you can customize each monster's AI just by clicking on them and editing the properties. You can also add in puzzles and things like that. So if you want to have a door that can only be unlocked by a key that you find, then you can assign a chest, one of the chests, a green key, a blue key, red key, and yellow key. You can assign that chest to, or that key in particular, to a door. So only that door will unlock as if the character has that type of key. So that's really cool because it adds a whole nother layer of, exploring the dungeon. If you don't want them to progress further in your dungeon, but before they've explored everywhere else, then you can lock down certain areas and make it so that they can't progress further until they find the item, the key to unlock that door. So that's pretty cool. You can also add in floor switches, so if you want to have a character open a door without having them use a key, then you can have these switches where if you stand on the switch, it unlocks the door, but when the character moves off of the switch, it then closes the door. So what you can do is then place an object like a barrel or something like that the player can put on the switch on the floor so that it keeps the door open. So there's a lot of little elements like that that you can add to the dungeon, and you can get really specific, and you can spice up the dungeon and add in all kinds of other things as well. Potions to treasure chests. You know, I like to reward my adventurers after they complete the dungeon. At the very end, you know, I'll line up some chests where they can get some loot, and the loot is random, so you know, you can put down all these different looking chests, but then the loot that they find is pretty much based on their luck ability that they have for their character. So if they have a high luck skill, the better chance that they will get loot. So there's a lot of different things you can do, and as you complete these dungeons and adventures, you gain experience and then you level up, and you also gain gold as well. With the gold, you can then go to the loot shrine and donate the gold to the loot shrine, and as you donate more gold and items like weapons and armor and so forth, you'll gain a rank from the loot shrine, and the higher rank you gain, the better loot chance that you have to get back. So you can get back some cool potions, items, weapons, armor, and stuff like that from the loot shrine, but you have to donate more, and as you level up your rank, the more you have to donate to get to have a chance to get some items back. So that's pretty neat as well. There's a hero graveyard that's added. There isn't any current feature that it does currently, but I think maybe they'll have like a hardcore mode or something like that, or you can retire your characters and that's where they'll end up going. I'm not really sure what that's going to be used for at this point in time, but that's also interesting. One of the coolest features is the Dragon Arena. Now, as heroes complete adventures and reach different milestones, they earn tickets that allow them to fight the dragon in the Ultimate Dragon Battle Arena. Now, every player has their own dragon to fight, and each dragon has a ton of hit points. I mean, it's going to take multiple sessions for you to even kill this thing. It's going to require a lot of encounters and a lot of skill. The damage that you do to the dragon is persistent between play sessions, so you can collect as many tickets as you can and then battle it out. Each ticket grants the player 3 lives, but there's other ways to die in the arena other than the dragon. You know, you can fall off of the side of the map, so that also adds a whole nother strategy, because when you're fighting other monsters, you can also push them off of the end of the map, and it's another way to kill monsters, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, as you kill this dragon, you eventually get epic loot from the dragon after you kill it, but it's going to take a long time to do it, so you need to level up, keep doing adventures, get better armor so you take less damage from the dragon, and then fight it out in the arena. So that's a really cool thing, and I really like that, because I love dragons, and fighting a dragon like that would be epic. So some other features that the game has is it's going to have at least 100 hours of gameplay. I mean, it already does so far, because the community is what creates the gameplay, and so all of the dungeons and everything are created by the community. Now, the game does ship with dungeons and adventures that the developer has created. I think there's about 100 or so adventures that the developer themselves have created, but then since the release of the game, people have been creating their own adventures and uploading them to the game, and it gets added too. So you can continue to play all of these different adventures, and the different adventures vary between easy, medium, hard, very hard, intense, insane or impossible, things like that. So it tells you what they are as you do them. Once you do an adventure, it then unlocks the title of the adventure, so when you play that adventure again, you know the difficulty of it. But as you play a new adventure, it's blank, so you don't know what the adventure is when you click on it. Once you've completed it, then it tells you the stats of it, who's created the adventure, and then how difficult it is, and so forth. One of the other things that is going to be added are female and male versions of all of the classes. Currently, there's 3 classes right now, but as the 4th one gets unlocked, they'll eventually add in the female characters to those. So you can then play as male or female, which I really like. Again, you're going to have the 4-player co-op, so you can play with other players, and that's cross-platform. And it's full gamepad support. I was playing on the Xbox 360, which makes it pretty easy to play the game. The editor, you'll definitely want to use the mouse and keyboard for because it's just easier to do. But when you're playing the game, the 360 controller is pretty fun to use. This has been a pretty quick overview of Fight the Dragon. There's still a lot of things in development and things that I may not know about that they are going to be adding to the game. But so far, I'm really excited about this game, and I hope that they continue pushing out updates as they have been. They've been really good on the forums and really good at releasing patches very quickly and updates really quickly. So that's one thing I really like to see about independent developers, is staying on top of releasing updates and keeping everybody in the loop with what's going on. And they've done that to the letter. So I'm really happy with them, and I'm really excited for this game in the future. And so with that, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to end Game Day, the Game Day series. This has been a pilot test to see if anybody is actually interested in this style. I really wasn't sure if people enjoyed, just watching random gameplay while I talk about certain games. But there was 5 games that I've been playing, and these were the 5, Fight the Dragon and the other 4 for Game Day, that I've really enjoyed, and I wanted to let people know about them just in case you haven't seen or heard about them. But I'm going to put this Game Day series down for a while, and if you want to see another season of Game Day where I talk about more games that I've been playing kind of in this style, then let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to be doing some Let's Plays, and I'm going to be starting some game series really soon on some games that I really am looking forward to playing that are coming out really soon. So stay tuned for that stuff, and I really want to thank you all for watching this and supporting these independent developers, because they really need our support to continue developing their game and coming out with new things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.